Have you ever found yourself working harder, but not necessarily smarter? Yes, we've all been there. No judgment here at all. I'm right there with you. But if you're stuck in this endless hustle loop, it might be time to zoom out and look at your systems. After all, you can't 10x your results if your foundation can't handle the load and is broken, right? So here's the good news. Scaling isn't about adding more chaos to your calendar. It's about defining your systems. And by doing that, it helps you to let your systems do the heavy lifting for you. Ready to dive into some actionable insights or statistics? Let's get into it. Why are systems your secret weapon? Think of systems as your business's autopilot mode. When it's done the right way, they save you time, they reduce errors, and they free up your mental bandwidth for high impact work. Did you know that companies with well-documented processes are 33% more likely to achieve above average growth? And this comes from McKinsey study. So think about it. If you're a small business or you're a solopreneur, if you have processes in place, think about having 33% of a better chance of achieving everything that you need to from a growth perspective. So systems are important, whether you're a solopreneur, you have people that are working for you, or you're just working in a job at a company. Having systems in place does help your cause. A study by Asana, it found that workers spend 60%, can you believe that? 60% of their time on work about work. These are the things like meetings, email, task switching. Yikes, right? I don't know, when I read that study, I thought, yeah, that makes sense. Maybe it's even more, because I look at my calendar, especially my corporate calendar, I think I spend 90% of my day on meetings, email, and task switching. Are you guys with me? I'm guilty as charged. But being able to streamline those processes more efficiently, it could potentially free up 15 or more hours in a week per employee. So if you think about it, and you even have a small team, let's get off of all of the busy work and all the tasks, and let's get to the work that makes us effective, efficient, and we're crushing it, right? So when systems are optimized, you can spend less time spinning your wheels and more time moving the needle. So let's look at 3 steps to put you into system optimization mode. So the first step here is you want to audit your current processes. So start by identifying your bottlenecks. Ask yourself, what's taking too long? Where are the errors creeping in? What tasks feel repetitive but necessary? Use tools like process mapping software or a simple spreadsheet. A simple spreadsheet can do the job as well to visualize your workflows. Step number 2 is automate and delegate. So automation isn't just for those tech-savvy businesses. Tools like Zapier, or Trello, or Slack, those integrations can handle repetitive tasks like data entry and follow-up emails. For tasks that require a human touch, focus on delegation. And your team, if you have one, they're there for a reason, right? So let them shine. And believe it or not, businesses using automation, they report 14.5% increase in sales productivity and a 12.2% reduction in overhead. And that comes from Nucleus Research. So I will take any advantage that I can. And if it's just by putting systems and automating some things and helping my team, I think that's a big win. Step number 3 is let's standardize and scale. So create SOPs, those standard operating procedures for everything. Consistency isn't boring, it's the backbone of scalability. And when you have these systems in place and you have these procedures in place, it makes it so much easier for the times that you are away. We have vacation times, or we're at maybe functions that we need to step away and have people on our team back us up. And when we have those SOPs in place, It's like the playbook for everyone. Everyone knows what to do and how to do it. For example, imagine you're onboarding a new client. If you're reinventing the wheel each and every time, you're losing efficiency, right? So a detailed, repeatable onboarding process or a playbook, it ensures that seamless experience for both you and your clients. So let's take a look at maybe a real life case study where systems boosted this person's revenue by 40%. So meet Jane. She's a solopreneur. She's running a thriving graphic design studio business. But Jane found herself drowning in all of those administrative tasks, leaving her little time to do the actual design work, which is her zone of genius, right? It's why she created this business. But here's what she did. First of all, she audited. She realized she was spending 10 plus hours a week on manual invoicing and follow-ups, so that needed to go away. She also automated, so she integrated QuickBooks for invoicing and payment reminders. And then she standardized. She created a design request form to streamline her client communication. So here are 3 powerful steps, right? Audit what's going on, automate, and then standardize. So the results within 3 months, 3 short months, so you figure 90 days, Jane increased her billable hours by 20%. And she was able to take on more clients, and she saw a 40% bump in her revenue, all thanks to better systems. So I love 40% more revenue, don't you? So what are your next steps? Are you ready to scale for success? Here's a little mini action plan. Choose one system, yes, one, to audit this week. Identify one task to automate or to delegate to someone if you're able to. And start documenting your processes. Just one to begin with. Start a little, maybe a file on your laptop with a playbook and start documenting each system, each task, and your processes. And before you know it, you'll have a full playbook, right? Remember, small steps lead to big wins. Rome wasn't built in a day, but it did have a blueprint. So what's one system that you're excited to optimize? Hit reply or put your comments in the chat. And I would love to hear from you, and I would love to hear about it. So here's to working smarter, not harder. I know that you've got this. So if you found this content valuable, please consider sharing, please consider subscribing, and we'll see you all in the next video.